third base. And Gail O'Brien makes the throw across the dish for out number 2.
Beautiful job by Gail. He stepped back to take it on the long hop, had plenty of time, made a strong throw over to first for 2 down. Beautiful
day for baseball here. Nothing but blue skies. A little bit of a breeze, a little bit of cool air, but not too bad.
30 hitter Bill today is Anders Soley, the designated hitter.
First pitch is an inside strike. Nice looking pitch by Liam. Way to control that inside corner.
Andrews is also the pitcher today. So, well, hold on. Oh, I see. Anders Soley is the DH. Ryan Roberts is the pitcher. So Soley's at bat.
Another called strike.
That one looked a little low to you, Bill?
I think he caught the low end of the corner. Low end of the plate, I should say. Low end of the zone, I should say. And that hits him. He's going to get a free base.
All right, that's not what Liam wanted. Little tapper to the foot. Free pass for Soley.
Well, let's see if we can go around the infield before this inning ends and announce our defense here after this pitch.
Looks like we've got Gail O'Brien at third today. Shortstop is Will Weir. Second base is Dylan Murphy. First base, the freshman Nikki Welter. Who do we have in left? Is that Roberto? Yeah. So we got Roberto, Seta Domingo in left. I'm guessing that's Seamus Maurer in center and Colton's in right. Behind the dish is Heath Okenadel, and as you mentioned, Bill, on the plate, Liam Garlick on the bump.
Liam comes inside for ball 1.
Batting cleanup today, as he was on Tuesday, is Ryan Roberts. Good friend of Colton's from Travel Ball. Good to see Ryan. Also known as Taco.
Taco shoots one. Base hit to center field. Fielded on one hop by Seamus. And that's a single.
Solid single by Taco. Batting fifth today, Bill, is Jack Beal playing left field.
First and second with 2 outs to Beal. Ooh, and he gets one inside, fouls it back out of play. It's a nice looking pitch. Handcuffed him a little bit. Well, Carter, these two faced off on Tuesday of this week, and the Hawks lost that one to Redwood.
Yeah, 5-1. I think it's one the Hawks want back. Some sloppy base running, a couple of defensive miscues. Redwood's a strong team, but I think Hawks left a few runs out there.
Like we say, with these strong teams, you can't really put up too many errors and expect to win against a strong team like this. 0-1 to the batter. That's another ball inside. Liam's trying to work that inside corner. Got the outfield in. They're trying to, well, you have right field in a little bit. Center's kind of mid-depth. They're trying to keep that runner from scoring. Ooh, that was a tough call. That was a ball. That looked pretty good. 2-1.
Probably a little low, said the ump.
Ooh, and a liner straight up the middle, out of the reach of Dylan. That goes to center. They're going to go home.
Oh.
And they get the out at second. Oh! They don't get the out at second. Liam took the cutoff and had the guy burned at second and threw it, and I think he just got under the tag, I'm guessing.
I don't know what happened on the tag there. Liam's a little frustrated. What happened there was Liam cut the ball off, and Nicky was in his way because Nicky's actually the cutoff on that play. I got to say Liam probably shouldn't have been where he was. However, if Nicky hadn't been there, Liam had an unobstructed throw.
And their first pitch is in for strike one, called strike.
We've got, this is the first baseman, Sean Ryan.
Ooh, second pitch is just low for ball one. 1-1. Runners on second and third. Redwood picked up a run on that last shot. It's a nice looking pitch, popped up to third. O'Brien's back. Oh, and he makes the play with a bit of a collision with Heath. Not Heath, sorry. We got Will. Little miscommunication with the infielders, but he makes the play. Everybody seems okay. And that's going to end at the top of the first. Redwood up 1-0.
Little problem there where neither of the boys called for that one, Bill. And I think Gale thought it was his ball all the way, and Will went over there, and they bumped into each other a bit.
Yeah. Gale was backpedaling. He had a good play on it, but he was backpedaling. I think Will thought he might have had the better angle. But Gale was there. Carter, we got a radar gun up over here today.
Love that.
Although we're not getting a whole lot of info out of that guy. They said that was on the guy who put it up there said it's on Game Changer.
Oh.
So if we could find Redwood's Game Changer, we can get some intel.
All right, folks, we're going to play some copyright-protected music here, so we will be right back.
And we are back where the Hawks trail Redwood 1-0. In the bottom of the first, leading off for the Hawks is Will Weir stepping into the plate. And he takes ball one outside.
Pitching on the mound today is for Redwood is Blake Roberts. I don't know if he's related to Ryan or not. Not familiar with this young fella.
Ball two, way outside, gets back to the fence.
So Colton's intel was that Redwood was saving their two best pitchers for this game, Bill, for what that's worth.
Okay. Well, a couple of tough ones for Roberts there. 2-0 to Will. Now he comes inside, ball gets back to the fence. That's 3 easy takes for Will. You know, there are no geese in the outfield today, Carter. That's interesting.
Geese-free day.
Yeah, enjoy it while you got it. And that one comes right in on him. That is ball 4. Will didn't realize that. He wants to get a hit. Will goes down to first base. Liam Garlick steps into the plate for his first at-bat of the day. Timeout. We got a shoelace timeout.
Got the lineup on Game Changer. Going to Game Changer, we're batting 10 today, which I'm not sure if that is right or not.
I didn't think that was permissible.
Yeah, maybe a mistake. We'll see. Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's a ball outside.
Not to take anything away from this young man, but I'm not sure if Colton's scouting report was accurate.
Had interesting delivery on that last pitch. Kind of came from the ear. And that's another ball outside. That's 2-0 to Liam.
Is that 6 pitches, 6 balls?
6 pitches, 6 balls. Oh, and Liam pops one up. Shortstop
That's going to drop.
can't get it, and it's going to drop. Shortstop lost it. Roberts at short looked up, and I think he looked right in the sun.
Well, who went to cover? I think Roberts went to cover second.
Well, sorry, we have 2 Roberts. Shortstop Roberts.
Oh, was that somebody went to cover second? Was that not that wasn't the shortstop?
I don't know. Shortstop looked up and completely lost it in the sun and started running out of the way.
Got it.
Center fielder and second base had no play.
That was shortstop or nothing.
George Graham steps into the plate for the Hawks, and he takes ball high. I think with this pitcher, the key for the Hawks is going to be to show some patience. They're all eager to get hits, but they gotta wait for their pitch.
Yeah, and to your point, Liam swung at a ball there and got lucky.
He did. Two and 0 to Graham. Runners on first and second.
I think game changer's in there. I think we are just batting 9.
And he gets hit again.
I think that was soft enough that it didn't upset him as much as it usually does.
George got hit twice yesterday. He's been hit twice in multiple games now.
Well, I was checking some stats for this team. George is leading this team in several offensive categories, but the one he doesn't want to be leading in is hit by pitches. And he has 7. I think that's 7 on the season.
I mean, he might be close to leading in that one.
Oh, no, he's far and ahead leading in that.
Oh, he's leading on that one, huh?
100%, yeah. Yeah, no one's even close.
Colton Zinn takes ball 1.
Colton with a big game-winning hit last night, 2 RBI single to plate the go-ahead runs.
Yeah, that was a nice rope. And that's
that
was a tough call. I mean, that ball was outside. I think that was the patience we want to see out of Colton with this pitch. No need to rush anything. A walk is an RBI here, and he's not finding the zone. There's a shot to center field, and center fielder's backpedaling, makes the and he does not. It's over his head. He dropped it. Will Weir scores. Liam Garlick is going to score.
Colton.
Oh, and Colton got thrown out at second with a big round of second.
Now, what happened was Colton was going to go to third, but George decided to stay, so he had no place to go.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go. I think George would have been dead in the water.
Yeah, no, I think Colton got a little over anxious on that one. I don't know if the center fielder lost it in the sun or just misjudged it, but when it got to him, it went over his head. So just like that, Tam goes up 2-1.
Yeah.
Bottom of the first.
And Seamus Maurer steps into the plate.
No.
Yeah, no. Game changer's wrong. This is Dylan, right?
Yeah, it's all messed up. This is Dylan.
That's
why I had game changer had Seamus batting cleanup and Colton batting 5th. So we little cleanup need to do here.
That's 2 balls to Dylan. Ooh, and Dylan gets hit.
Colton got the actual first strike.
Yeah, that hit of Colton's was I think maybe the first and only strike we've seen in 4 batters now. Yeah, according to Game Changer, 11 pitches, 1 strike.
So now we got Nicky Welter standing in with runners at first and third.
And Dylan goes, no throw. He is in uncontested. That was a call. That was a ball. I thought I heard him say strike.
Yeah, they did a short throw, cut off nicely by Roberts at short, and George did not buy it, so he is stayed at third.
1-0 pitch to Welter. And he takes ball 2 in the dirt. Catcher can't find it. Nice block by the catcher. Keep a run from scoring.
Great hustle by Roberts coming all the way from the mound to make the play.
Yeah. Two and 0 to Nicky. He's looking for something to get a piece of. And he takes ball 3 on the inside. Got Murphy on second, Graham on third. One out here to Nicky. And he has an easy take for ball 4.
I think that's 3.
Oh, sorry, ball 3. My bad. Well, I think he's got the green light if he gets something in the zone.
He does not.
And he does not. High and outside.
So now we got bases loaded with Heath Hokenadel coming up to the plate and a mound visit by Bill Benz, the Redwood JV manager.
Photo op in the booth.
We want to thank our spotter and statistician, Narinder Rocharol, is here today, sitting in with us.
Good to have Narendra here. He feeds us stats along the way.
Spotter, statistician, and app developer. And that will be it for Roberts.
Yeah, that was a tough outing. I mean, Roberts threw 15 pitches, of which 2 were strikes. And that's rough. And so they're going to pull him out with bases loaded and Hawks up 2-1.
See if I can. This is number 10. I'll see if I can get a.
JV Hawks, the JV Redwood team, I'm seeing is coached by Mike Ferenzi, who's going to be Georgia's coach this summer for Zoots.
That's for the JV or the varsity?
He just walked out to the mound. I thought
that was Mike Ferenzi? I thought that was Bill Benz.
Maybe I missaw, but I thought Ferenzi was the varsity coach, so I was a little surprised to see him here with JV.
I don't really know what Bill Benz was Colton's travel ball coach when he was 9, so I haven't seen him in a long time. It looks like if we're trusting the Redwood roster, the pitcher coming up is the lefty Devin Adelman, number 10. Yeah, this. I mean, according to the roster, Bill Benz is the head coach, and I don't see Ferenzi on here, but
all right, maybe it's his doppelganger.
Yeah, I think that was Benz.
Didn't it?
It's definitely not him.
Okay. Took me by surprise.
So Adelman comes in kind of a tenuous situation. Bases loaded, only 1 out. With
I did notice they warmed up 4 pitchers on the mound in the infield before you guys got here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
4 different pitchers warmed up on the game mound.
On the game mound.
Our statter and statistician, that guy says that 4 different Redwood pitchers warmed up during the pregame festivities, so maybe they're just expecting to use a bunch of guys. Called a bullpen game.
All right, so Heath Hockenandel's going to step in to face Adelman, and he pops up the first ball out of play. Yeah, Narendra gets here early, Carter, earlier than you, and
no,
and he gives us this kind of intel. He pays attention to how many guys are on the bump. I never would have noticed that.
No, who would know that?
0-1 to Heath. And he comes in with a ball low. Got Nicky on first, Dylan on second, and George on third.
Did Heath have a couple hits last night?
Yeah, I think Heath had 2 hits last night.
That would be a good time for another.
He was hot. Ooh. And he takes ball inside, ball 2. Yeah, Heath went 2 for 2 last night.
That's what I thought.
Sorry, he went 2 for 4. Oh, he pops one up to the pitcher. He's having a hard time in the sun. Third baseman comes in and makes the play for out number 2.
Nice play by Nicky Davis, third baseman for Redwood. The Pitcher Edelman came for it but did not see it, and Nicky ran up and made a great play.
Oh, 2 outs. Gale O'Brien's going to step in. Bases loaded. Gale's also been hot. He had a couple of hits yesterday.
Yes, he did.
And he pops one up foul out of play. A 1 count to O'Brien. And he fouls one back. You know, I think it was Gale's last at bat on this field. I think was his 3-run bomb to finish the game last week. That was last Friday.
Let's see if he can start up where he left off. But as of now, he's got an 0-2 count. He's got to battle back.
They ring him up on strike 3. Gale's questioning it.
I don't know. That was, I think, a pitch Gale could have done something with. Not a fast pitch.
Yeah, it was an off-speed pitch. I think he thought it was dropping out of the zone, but it was too close. Well, at the end of 1, Hawks pick up the lead, and they are up on Redwood 2-1. After a couple of walks, a couple of hit batters, and some nice hits. We'll be right back. And we are back. Top of the second.
Third baseman Nick Davis stepping in, 7th hitter for Redwood.
Liam Garlick still on the mound. First pitch is a called strike. Nice looking curveball, I think. Is that right, Narendra?
Looked like a tail.
Ooh, that was a nice pitch, fouled off. Was that a slider? It had a nice tail on
That
it.
was a slider. Breaking into Davis.
0-2 to Davis. Leadoff batter here in the second. Ooh, and he goes in with a fastball, fouls him off. That was a challenger fastball. Was that 72 miles an hour? Are we getting readout on that? Oh, and he gets one off the shallow part of the bat to left field, and making the play is Roberto Santo Domingo for out number 1.
Got that off a little off the hands, and Berto battled the sun and had a pretty easy play. Now it's the number 8 hitter catcher Sean Fenster.
Ooh, and he shoots one up the middle. Fenster lines it, fielded by who do we have in center? Seamus on center. Thank you.
Yeah,
that was a nice line drive right up the middle. Fenster, one of the usual suspects on this Redwood team.
He's the one who played with the Arsenal group at Tahoe that year?
Oh, okay. He was on Arsenal?
No, just for he came for that weekend.
Now we have Connor Whalen playing center field today.
And he rips one foul down the first baseline. We got Stefan Welter tuning in from Sea Ranch with Grandpa Welter. They're watching live.
Love that.
Glad to have you guys joining us today. Liam pickoff move to first. Well, if you're watching on TAM TV, let us know on the chat if you're tuning in from anywhere further than Sea Ranch.
Or anywhere, for that matter.
Anywhere closer. And he gets one off the inside of the bat, and liner to Nicky. Nicky gloves it, and first baseman makes it back to the bag in time to break up the double play. And those are two shots off the choked off the inside of the bat. Ooh, and that's a nice-looking fastball right down the middle. Called strike.
So now we have back to the top of the order, the right fielder, South. I don't quite know how to say this name. South? Safe?
I have the same problem doing the away game. I didn't know. Adam, call him Adam.
Runner goes.
Runner goes outside in the dirt, no throw. Swaff, one off.
Swath.
One out to Swaff. He's got 4 vowels next to each other. That's pretty good.
He should lend a vowel to that guy on that other team that only had one. Remember? Jembish or whatever?
Yeah, pass them around.
Those guys should get together.
Share the love.
Exactly.
Ball inside. That was close. Liam's not in agreement. 2-1 to South. Runner on second.
It's a great slider by Liam there.
That's a nice looking pitch. Same spot. Called a strike. Two to South. And ball's in the dirt, gets away from Heath. And Sean Fencer is going to make his way down to third. And he calls him, rings him up on the outside corner. Liam is fired up.
Swath was walking down to first a little too quickly.
You know, you always walk a little faster away from home when you might have been rung up.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And Liam faces 4 batters, gets out of the top of the second with no damage. And we will go to the bottom of the second where the Hawks are leading Redwood 2-1. We will be right back. And we are back. or the Hawks are leading 2-1 on Redwood in the bottom of the second. Stepping into the plate is Roberto Santo Domingo. And he swings and misses for strike one. Edelman still on the mound for Redwood. And he takes ball one.
2-1 Hawks in the bottom of the second.
Ooh, and he swings and misses on an outside pitch. That was 60 miles an hour. Outside corner, probably a strike. And he gets him on a curveball for strike three, 54 miles an hour.
I'm not honestly sure that was a curveball.
Was that not a curve?
I think it was a really slow straight pitch.
Changeup, maybe?
I don't know, man. Berto just thought it was going to stay out. And this pitcher is not throwing at a velocity these kids are used to. And that ball was up in the zone and just dropped over the plate.
Well, that brings the top of the order for the Hawks. Will Weir is going to take strike number one.
Did you get a read on that one?
No, we've got a radar gun here, but it only shows the speed for about 2 seconds, and it goes away. And he fouls one back. There goes the radar gun.
That's so much for that.
Yeah, that thing bounced. Yeah.
One of these days, it's not.
0-2 to Weir. And he takes ball outside. 1-2.
I think the TAM's going to have to really recalibrate and just wait. And the pitch is coming in at eye level. It may drop into the zone.
Will reaches, pops one up. Edelman's there for it, and he makes the play for out number two. With 2 outs, Liam Garlick will step into the box for the Hawks.
Yeah, I know how badly our boys want to win this last game of the season. It's against their rival, a really strong Redwood team. But to do that, they're going to have to really recalibrate.
Liam takes ball one. Liam's 1 for 1. He had a nice shot up the middle for a base hit earlier in the day.
Sure did.
In the bottom of the first. And he gets one off the outside of the bat to left, and the outfielder Beal is there to make the play to end the second inning. At the end of 2, Hawks lead 2-1. We will be right back. And we are back. Top of the inning, Hawks leading. Top of the third, Hawks leading 2-1. Apologies for the scoreboard overlay that I left up in the bottom of the second there. My bad. And first pitch is a ground ball to first. Nicky's going to be there to make the play for out number 1.
That was not Drew Weinberg. That was a pinch hitter for Drew. I didn't catch the young man's name. Sorry, folks. Now we got the number 3 hitter Soley standing in.
And first pitch is a liner right up the middle for a base hit. That was a nice shot.
Nice looking swing. Very controlled.
Whoa! Ball comes in. I think Seamus threw the ball in, and I didn't see. I looked away for a second. I think it missed Will, and he made it to second.
I looked down to score that, and I have no idea what happened. Other than that, there's a runner on second after what should have been a single.
Yeah, both of us kind of were checking our notes at the time.
So that brings up Ryan Roberts, cleanup hitter, shortstop.
Ryan fouls the first pitch down the third base line.
Was there just nobody at second to field the throw?
No, I think the play was over, and I think Seamus was throwing into somebody, and I'm guessing maybe it was Will, and it went off his glove to the left side of the infield.
Game Changer said the runner advances on the throw.
Yeah, something happened on that throw. Second pitch is fouled away. Soley was running. Roberts is 1 for 1. I'm going to guess he hit one up the middle. That's kind of all we've been seeing today for hits.
Yeah, he hit a nice line drive up the middle.
And he fouls one away. Good defensive swing on an 0-2 count. Timeout called. Roberts is going to step out, swing the bat a few times. And wild pitch outside for ball 1. Soley's going to easily take third base. So with 1 out and a 1-2 count, we got a runner on third. Oh, we got all sorts of people watching online. And base hit up the middle like every other hit in this game. For a single, that's going to bring in a run. It is 2-2. We got row your goat out there. Liam's dad, Matt, he's watching, saying, "Go Hawks," cheering for his boy. We got Mom Maurer there. Seamus' grandma and grandpa, they're watching from Hamburg, New York.
Nice.
Love it. What's up, Mowers? Gail O'Brien's grandparents are watching from Florida. I think it's Grandparents' Day today.
As it should be.
Yeah. First pitch is a swing and a miss on a high strike.
We got Jack Beal stepping in, a left fielder. Singled in the first inning.
And to round it out, runner goes. Throws
He got
good,
it.
and he rung him up.
Wow, what a throw by Heath.
Attaboy, Heath.
What a throw by Heath. Well, that erases that.
You know, it's hard to get a good jump on Liam with that move of his, and Heath made a great throw to gun him down at second. And that is popped up to Gail O'Brien, and he makes the play for out number 3. We got Gail O'Brien's grandma in Connecticut watching the Hawks.
Love it.
Man, I love it. Lots of grandparents. Welcome. Thanks for joining us on this beautiful afternoon. At the end of the top of the third, Redwood has tied it up. We have a 2-2 ball game. We'll be right back. And we are back. It is the bottom of the third. We got a tie game. Redwood came back in the top to tie it up at 2-2, and George Graham will step into the plate for the Hawks. He was hit by pitch last at-bat. George pops up the first ball out of play.
Yeah, I think when I checked prior to today's game, George has been, I think the number was 6 times hit by a pitch this season. I think the next closest kid was 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm. 0-1 pitch to Graham. Ooh, and he checks his swing on a high ball. That was close.
Let's see, this is illustrating my point. They just don't know what to do with these pitches. He had to wonder if that was going to drop into the zone. He did a good job laying off it.
Well, you see George has moved up in the box. I'm glad to see that. 1-1 pitch. George gets under it, pops it up. Catcher's on the run, and he cannot make the play. Those are 2 high pitches George is going after. Yeah, George and I, we had a conversation yesterday about wearing it.
Well, he's been wearing it.
Yeah. He says, you don't get out of the way. You wear it.
Well, he's doing that.
He's like, I'm like, well, what about your elbow? He's like, well, you turn your elbow and your front knee away. There's a method to it. And George gets a big shot, and that's a foul ball to the fence.
Yeah, this is what Tim has to do. They really have to. They can't be swinging at bad pitches. They, if they're very patient, one of these is going to drop into the zone, and they can drive it. George waited, just not quite long enough. Two shakeoffs there. There it is.
And George fouls it off.
That was the pitch he's been waiting for. That was hittable.
Yeah, if he squared that one up, that one was going. This is where got to be patient, as we say. 1-2 pitch.
Oh, man.
Fouls it off.
What was
that pitch was 61 miles an hour. He's got to wait. And he gets under it. He skies it. Shortstop is running back. It's going to be tough. Left fielder's coming in, and he can't make the play. It splits between them for a single.
Second time a ball has found that spot in the Redwood defense.
Yeah, that was a Bermuda Triangle out there.
Yeah, I think the outfielder got a little bit of a late break on that one.
It's standing on second base.
With that, oh yeah. Was he not running hard on that? Oh Jesus! Narendra's letting us know. George's former coach is in here telling us about how he was not running hard on that shot. He would have been on second base. I think Narendra's going to have words with George after this one, as he should.
Sounds like he already has. 1-0 to Colton.
Colton had a nice hit last at bat. He fell. Oh no, sorry that was yesterday. Colton walked last at bat. That's a foul ball.
Well, Colton hit that fly ball to center that ended up going over the center fielder's head.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the game changer got a little jacked up there. Colton's got the same issue. He just needs to wait and drive this thing. Oof.
That was his pitch. That was a nice pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 1-2 to Colton.
That one came in a little high, but did drop through the zone.
These guys want that meat.
Yeah.
Lefty, George goes, and Colton drives it to center, and George stays smartly, and now he goes to third. And George rounds it, and he's going to hold. That is another nice shot by Colton. He's seeing the ball well. I don't know how George saw that. He never went back to first. He could tell that second baseman was not going to, center fielder was not going to make the play.
That was a gutsy move by George. He dove. He could have caught it.
Yeah, I don't know if I could call that a smart play.
Let's just stick with gutsy.
We'll call it gutsy.
In any case, it goes down for, I don't know if they'll score that a single or a double, but a nice line drive by Colton, and we got something going.
Well, they called it a double. So nice hit by Colton. There's ball high to Dylan Murphy.
It's very important, Bill, that Tam put some runs on the board. They know this guy's not throwing hard, and they need to overcome it and show that they can hit it.
Yeah, they're
That's a good take. That's all right.
Yep, we know Redwood has they got many pitchers in their arsenal, and we need to get to them while we can. 1-1 to Dylan. He's got no outs and runners on second and third. And ball in the dirt, gets away from the catcher.
That would be normally one that George goes on, but he decided to hold up.
Yeah, it was hard to tell how far away that was going to kick. I think with no outs, that's the right move.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying he should go. I'm just saying he usually goes.
Oh, God.
Whether he should or not.
Yeah, I know.
He's not shy.
He's a little loose with the base running. 2-1 to D. Murph. Ball outside.
See, that's a good lead, Bill.
It's a 66-mile-an-hour pitch. Good patience on that, Dylan.
Interesting. That was 66.
Yeah.
A little more pop on it.
3-1.
Nicky Welter looming on deck.
And Dylan takes ball 4. And Nicky Welter is going to come up with bases loaded and no outs. Here in the bottom of the second, Hawks have an opportunity to really make some things happen here.
Yeah, this is bottom of third.
Bottom of third.
No problem. This is the second time the Hawks have had bases loaded. Last time was 1 out. This time it's with no outs. They've got to take advantage. They got the right guy up there to do it.
And first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1.
I do notice the center fielder, Wellen, is shading his eyes on every pitch, Bill.
Yeah, this sun is coming in tough right now. And he fouls one. Nicky just down the first base line, out of play. We've got more grandparents watching. We've got Grandma and Grandpa Peterson are watching Liam.
Nice.
From Santa Rosa. Man, I got to call my mom. Get another grandma on the stream here.
Well, Colton's Uncle Steve, who usually tunes in from Vermont, is in Amsterdam today. So if he can call in from Amsterdam, well, no, we've really got something.
You know, I think word got out to these grandparents that this is a big game against Redwood, the final game.
Yeah.
And I think they're aware of it. And Nicky gets under one, pops it up. Third baseman's coming in to make the play in foul territory, and he just gloves it. Ball was backspinning just out of his reach at the last second. He made the play. And that will bring up Heath Hockenadel. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Ooh, that is a tough call. That was a called strike.
It's a good take by Heath. Not much you can do with that.
The ball looked high and out.
Ailman's throwing a lot harder. Were those all change-ups last inning?
Yeah, that one was 67, I believe.
Yeah, this is a very different pitcher.
And Heath pops one up in the infield. You've got the second baseman coming in hard, and he makes the play. And we've got 2 outs with bases loaded. Gail O'Brien's going to see if he could make something happen. Gail's been hot lately. He had a couple of hits against Branson yesterday.
This is a big at-bat in this game, Bill. I know it's early, but Tam has got to put some runs on the board here.
Oh, and he shoots one off to left. He got under it a little bit.
Problem.
And he makes the play in left field for out number 3. Hawks strand 3 runners on base. And at the end, at the end of 3 innings, we got a tie ball game. Redwood 2, Tam 2. We'll be right back.
All right, we're back, folks, from the nest, stepping into the top of the fourth.
First pitch is high for ball one.
Right fielder, first baseman, Sean Ryan stepping in. Sean popped up to Gale his first time.
Second pitch is a called strike inside. 1-1.
Nicky Davis on deck for the Giants.
Another called strike. 1-2. Liam's shown some good command out there today. And a third called strike for strike three. Umpire tears the phone book on that one. That's some nice pitching by Liam.
I've got to ask you a question, Bill.
Yeah.
What does it mean, tear the phone book?
Tear the phone book. Oh, yeah. When you take both hands, pretend you're taking both hands and you're grabbing a broomstick, and then you pull your right hand back. Yeah, pretend you're grabbing a phone book.
Got it.
And then you tear it.
Did not know that.
That's what it is. Like the strongman competitions.
No, I completely get it. I just had no idea what the hell you were talking about.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
I feel much better now.
Well, I'm glad you, Claire, asked, because if you don't know, I'm pretty sure our listeners don't know.
I'm just going to stay out of that. But I will tell you that strikeout pitch by Liam was 79. Liam's showing some nice velocity today.
Yeah. Oh, and he gets him with an outside foul tip, 1-2.
Nicky Davis at the plate. Well known to a lot of the Mill Valley boys from travel ball.
Well, he gets a little squibber. Liam's going to his right to get it, and he throws it down. Throw is out, and it is down, and it is rolling. It did not go out of bounds. So that runner is going to get to third, and they're going to send him home. And they did not, wisely, I think.
And they got him!
And they got him at third.
Oh, man alive. Oh, man alive. This ball, Liam got it. Liam is a very excited athlete. He got that ball. He got all pumped up and fired it about 10 feet over Nicky's head. It rolled almost to the right field fence.
Jesus.
Colton, the short hops, whoever had the relay, I guess it was Dylan. The runner thought about it, made it about a third of the way, changed his mind, and Dylan fires back to Gale for the putout that goes 1-9-4-5 for those of you scoring at home. Meanwhile, now with two outs, we got Sean Finster standing in.
Sean takes ball one. Yeah, that was quite a play. I mean, they put the brakes on that runner. He was going to come home, and they put the brakes on him maybe a little late, and he could not get back to third in time. And he takes ball two. That's a great break for Liam, you know. Ball gets away at first. Could land a guy on third. Instead, they throw him out.
Yeah, third and one out. Nothing with two outs.
And that's a called strike. 2-1.
Sean had a solid single line drive in the second inning, his first at bat.
while we were talking about tearing the phone book, if there's any other terminology we're using out there that you don't know, let us know about it.
I'll just try to ask the questions for everybody, Bill.
Yeah, you just ask. And that's ball 3, 3-1 to Fenster. You know, I threw out a usual suspects reference with Fenster earlier. I don't think anybody got that one.
No.
That's ball 2. Strike 2. Sorry, full count. Fenster was one of the characters on Usual Suspects. Benicio de Toro. That was him with that great line in the lineup. Oh, and strike 3. He strikes him out. That's good-looking pitching by Liam after getting behind 2-0. He comes back with 3 strikes to end the inning.
Yeah, when you said Fenster, Usual Suspects, I thought you were referring to the fact that a lot of the boys knew him from Marin baseball, but, that went right over my head.
That was a little pun.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
I like it.
Not a good one because I have to call it out. Well, at the end of going into the bottom of the 4th, tie game 2-2. We will be right back. And we are back. Bottom of the 4th. We've got a new pitcher on the mound. Carter?
Nico Post, number 11, tall right-hander. 3rd pitcher of the day. Bill, I don't know this for a fact, but I'm starting to wonder, and this is to take nothing away from the Redwood pitchers, that maybe this is the day, last game of the season, that their coach is just getting a bunch of guys an opportunity to pitch.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. First pitch is low for a ball. We've got Roberto Santo Domingo leading off for the Hawks, followed by the top of the order, Will Weir and Liam Garlick. And Roberto takes ball 2 on the inside. We got a little bit more velocity coming in here.
I'm going to get a read on that one.
We'll see if we can get a read. And he takes ball 3 high. That was an off-speeder, 69 mile an hour. I think his fastball's got to be coming in maybe in the low 70s.
Well, 63.
63. Maybe I read that last one wrong.
I don't know what that was.
That's ball 4. That's a 4-pitch walk to Roberto, who's going to hustle down to first. Will Weir checks with Coach Tommy for signals and steps into the box.
Bottom of the 4th.
Ooh, and he calls an inside pitch a strike. That ball was coming in right over the white line of the batter's box.
That looked like a fastball that, according to the radar, was 64. I don't know if is that not a balk?
0-1 to Will. Pickoff move. Not in time.
Nico kind of looked like he came set and he started gesturing with his pitching hand to somebody, but I guess he wasn't set.
And Will shoots it up the middle for a base hit.
Keep pop, Will Weir.
Attaboy, Will.
Will Weir, I don't know. I don't think we can break down batting averages, but I feel like the second half of the season, this kid's hitting about 600.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Will is consistently getting on base one way or the other.
Yeah, and he's always been getting on base all season with walking, but every time I look up, this kid's hitting a line drive somewhere.
Yeah, he's been hitting well lately, and that was a good bit of hitting right up the middle, as all of our hits have been today, I think. They've all been right up the middle.
That's right. Okay, yeah, give me that big opportunity here, Bill.
Yeah, Liam Garlick steps in, squares to bunt for a called strike. Again, runners in scoring position with no outs.
George Graham looming on deck.
Liam Garlick takes ball one outside.
Big at bat here for Liam. He's been swinging a great bat, but love a hit here. Lefty on righty.
He fouls one. Out of play.
That was at 67.
1-2. Will Weir on first, Roberto on second. Here in the fourth. And Liam, awkward defensive swing, goes off his foot. It pops into foul territory, backspins into fair territory. Heads up play by the catcher to make the play, but it's a foul ball. It's off his foot.
That looked like a Fred Couples sandwich, Bill. I think a crazy backspin on it.
The runners do need to return, but they need to wait for the ump to tell them that.
Will, looking like the kid who got his hand caught in the cookie jar.
So they will return to their respective bags, and it's 1-2 to Garlick.
Liam needs to reset from that weirdness and hit a line drive somewhere.
Liam shoots one to the shortstop, and he is doubled up. Roberto gets nothing he could have done, really. You know, he was off the bag in anticipation, and a line drive right to the shortstop.
We've had a lot of those lately.
For the double play. And now, no outs with runner in scoring position is 2 outs, runner on first. George Graham steps into the box.
Tough break for the Hawks.
But George takes a high ball one. Will steals second.
Nice aggressive call by Tommy. Makes a lot of sense with 2 outs and George up to get him in scoring position. Sean made that close. Made a good throw.
Hard for me to see with this ump. He's doing a good job of screening me today.
This is the same guy who you complained of that last time.
Yeah, that's right. Ball 2 outside. George has to be patient here. He really wants to bring this runner in.
I had the exact same thought.
I feel like his hitting has gotten more patient this past year. 2-0 to Graham. And he shoots a base hit to right center. That ball is going to roll to the fence. That's going to bring in Will Weir, and it's going to give George a double. That's a great hit, George.
Inside out, beautiful swing, going oppo by Graham. Hardest hit ball of the day. Beautiful hit by George. And I was going to say, you're talking about patience. You know, I mean, George had obviously his big home run, and then another game where he hit 2 to the fence. And I think, as you pointed out, I think he was starting to get a few stars in his eyes. And that one, I think he really just stayed in himself and put a great swing on the ball.
Yeah, we got Colton Zinn stepping in, see if he could extend this rally. Ball 1 outside. Yeah, you know, with those hits that George has had, that's the thing. I'm watching his follow-up at-bats, worrying about him trying to go too big, and he isn't. You know, he's keeping it under control, which is good.
He did a really good job of staying with that pitch.
1-0 to Colton. He's been hot lately. And he shoots it up the middle for a base hit. That's going to advance the runner. George is going on third. He's going home, and he scores. Attaboy, Colton.
George, beautiful base running there.
He never slowed down. He came around third ready to go. That was not a hard – I mean, that was a hard hit grounder, but it did not make it that deep.
No, which helped George. I wasn't sure he was going to make it, but because it wasn't hit that hard, gave him extra time to get home before the center fielder came up with the ball.
And we're going to get Dylan Murphy in, who's going to take ball one. And the Hawks now have picked up 2 this inning. Back on top, 4-2.
2 big hits by George and Colton after the unfortunate double play.
And Dylan grounds to third, and the third baseman makes the play. And at the end of 4, the Hawks regain the lead with some well-timed hits by Graham and Zinn. We will be right back. And we are back in the top of the 5th, where the Hawks have regained the lead, and they are up 4-2 on the Redwood Giants. I think it's Redwood Giant, maybe?
They're just a giant?
I think it might be singular.
Collectively?
Yeah, we'll see. And first pitch is fouled.
Meanwhile, we've got a score update from the varsity Redwood TAM game, which may be a play-in, or if TAM can win this game, may qualify them for a play-in game to get into the MCAL tournament, Bill.
Yeah, that would be exciting. Devin Curtis just stole home in the 4th inning to put them up 2-1. That's exciting baseball.
So we'll be keeping an eye on that score. So for those of you who don't want the spoiler, well, I don't know what to say about it.
Yeah, well, we have a policy here at TAM TV. No spoilers for professional sports.
Oh, okay.
But we will cover other TAM sports during the game for sure. That's what we're here for. That's fouled. Inside pitch, fouled back for strike 2. 1-2 to Whelan.
Does that apply to all professional sports?
Yeah. That's my rule.
Ski jumping, things like that?
That's right. Anything that's going on at the moment. That's right. And he strikes him out with a beautiful pitch. How fast was that one?
What does our statistician have on that one?
I think it said 67 maybe.
Oh.
It shows up for about a second, and then it goes away.
I would put that in the high 70s if I had to venture a guess.
Yeah, I think I got a bogus reading. South is going to step in to the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the day. And he swings and misses on a tough inside pitch. That was a 79-mile-an-hour fastball.
That pitch, lefty on lefty, rode into Swath, and Heath missed it. It had that much right-to-left movement for Garlick. Heath setting up on the outside.
And that is called strike 2. That is another nice pitch on the inside corner.
So that's a nasty. After running one in on the hands, he goes with a slider and completely froze the leadoff hitter.
0-2, he comes in with a fastball, and he rings them up. That is ringing the phone book.
That Liam's really feeling it.
Liam's pumped.
He had a plan on that at bat and executed it perfectly. 3 pitches, 3 strikes.
3 wonderful positions. Like, he's really controlling the strike zone. With 2 outs.
Drew Weinberg, number 2 hitter, steps in.
And he fouls the first pitch.
What was that one earned it?
79 miles an hour. Narendra, are you familiar with the phrase tearing the phone book in baseball?
No.
Tearing the phone book?
No, nobody is.
Okay. Well, that is called strike 2. Tearing the phone book is when the umpire rings somebody up and it looks like he's grabbing a phone book and trying to tear it when he pulls his arm back. Hey, Carter didn't know about this one either.
No, shockingly.
Yeah. Then once you know it, you love it.
That was 81?
Ball 1.
Oh, okay.
79 mile an hour. Ball outside 1 and 2 to Weinberg.
I see a slider coming here. No.
And he fights one off. That was another nice looking pitch. I mean, Liam is just drilling the strike zone.
Liam's looking very comfortable out there and wants to put his team back in the dugout after taking the lead.
And he gets a piece of it. Dribbler down to second baseman. Dylan makes the play for the out.
Gets him by half a step. Dylan was patient. Great pitching by Liam.
Let's take a look at the replay on that one. Nice bit of hitting, pushing it defensive swing to the opposite field, down to second base. Dylan fields it cleanly, makes the play. And at the end of the top of the 5th, going into the bottom of the 5th, Hawks are up 4-2. We will be right back. And we are back where the Hawks lead Redwood 4-2. We are going into the bottom of the 5th. Nicky Welter is going to start things off for the Hawks. Sorry about that overlay. And he's going to take ball 1. And second pitch is outside. Ball 2. Nicky's 0 for 1 on the day. Up this inning, leading us off, we're going to have Nicky, Heath Hokenettle, and Gail O'Brien. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. Not the kind of pitch you want to swing at with a 2-0 count. Ooh, and he calls him again on that outside pitch. He likes this, umpire likes this outside corner. 2-2 to Nicky. And Nicky lines one, and just out of the reach of the shortstop in left center. He's going to be in for an easy double as the ball rolls to the fence. Attaboy, Nicky. Nice hit. Way to get things started. That was a good at-bat. It was Nicky took a couple of pitches that, really he didn't want to swing at. They were outside pitches. He wouldn't have gotten any good wood on them. And with a 2-2 count, he drills one just outside the reach of that shortstop. Oops. And apologies, I had an overlay on the darn screen again. Apologies, Nicky and Welter family. Heath will step in and foul off the first pitch. Carter's back to join us, Carter. Nicky just had a nice rope over the shortstop's head.
Look at this.
And Heath does it, gets past the second baseman for a shot to right field for a single. Attaboy, Heath.
Yeah, I saw on my way back from my drink run, I saw Nicky's ball rolling out to the fence in left center, huh?
Yeah. And And Heath just pokes one to the right side of the infield, out of reach of the second baseman for a base hit.
Once again, Tam is making things happen. See how many they can push across.
Gail O'Brien steps in for the Hawks. Ooh, and he fouls off the first pitch. Oh, no, that ball might be in play. Oh, and it drops. It drops, and it's fair, and he's safe. Yeah, and Nicky comes home, head first slide
Unbelievable.
to make it 5-2.
A pop-up down the first base line, maybe 20 feet past first base. We thought it was foul. It spun back into play, and the Redwood fielder just didn't have a beat on it. And we were lucky we didn't get doubled up at second, and Nicky comes in to score.
That was a nice hit in a Bermuda Triangle by Gale. I didn't see it off the bat well, but I thought it was a foul.
Yeah, it was right down the
And
line.
it was right there. And Roberto steps in. He's going to take a pitch for a ball. 1-0 to Roberto. Runners on first and second with no outs. Again, Hawks with runners in scoring position.
And up by another run, 5-2 now. Gale had a really good hack at that. He just made it. Gale's putting some very good swings, very forceful swings, very intentional swings on the ball right now, Bill.
Yeah, he really is. He's really been hot this past week or two.
I really hope he gets one more at bat. I think if he gets one, he can center up. He can really do something with it.
Well, we got Heath on second, Gale on first with Roberto at the plate. Oh, and a swing and a miss for strike one.
So this is actually Connor Stewart pinch hitting for Roberto.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right.
No worries. I probably should have told you that. So it's 2-1 to Connor.
And he hits one to second shortstop. He makes the play at second.
Oh, that's
and
a
he
great
turns
play.
it for two.
What a play by Redwood. Wow.
Nice looking double play, perfectly executed.
Wow. I'll get Ryan Roberts. That ball, Gale or whoever it is, Heath hopped right over it, tried to distract him. He fired it to second, and Drew made a great turn. That's just a varsity level play by Redwood.
Well, in Game Changer, they did not swap out Roberto. And that pitch is low. Heath made it to third on that last play. Will Weir takes ball one.
All right, now all of a sudden we got two outs with the top of the order and a runner on third.
You know, Carter, that's the second time we've gotten runners in scoring position with no outs and then had a double play.
That's a great point. You are right about that. The last one was a little fluky. That one was just a great play by Redwood.
Yeah, that was so well executed. (3-0) to Will. Will got a nice looking hit last time.
Yes, he did.
He's 1 for 2 on the day. And he takes ball 4. That's Will's second walk of the day. That's going to bring up Liam Garlick.
This is where Redwood needs to be careful, Bill, because Will's probably going to steal. And if Liam gets on, then they're suddenly heading into the – oh, no, looks Seamus is going to be pinch hitting for George. But they're heading into the 3-4 holes with runners bases juice. So we'll see what happens with Liam here.
And Will goes uncontested. And Liam takes ball 1.
Big opportunity for Liam here.
1-0, 2 outs. Will's at second. Heath's at third.
Didn't Liam get a hit his first at bat?
He did. Liam is 1 for 3 on the day.
Thank you.
And he fouls one down the first baseline. Ooh, Liam took a big hack at that one. 1-2.
Three doubles on the day for the Hawks and 4 2/3. Bill, pretty good.
Yeah. And Liam fouls that one back. Yeah, the Hawks have 9 hits. 9 to Redwood's 6 right now. And 1 error to Redwood's 2. And Liam takes ball 2 in the dirt, 2-2.
The JV Hawks have, they've had a really good season, Bill. We started out a little slow, played some very good teams, maybe a couple games we think we could have won. San Marin, Terra Linda come to mind. But I'm really impressed with how they're finishing the season. Yeah,
they're really finishing on a strong note.
And I don't mean to jinx it, but winning this game, I think, would mean a whole lot to these boys. An incredible capstone to what they should, I think, be very proud of as a good season.
Yeah, they had a tough go. They had some injuries. They had, some guys moving up and down a varsity, and that always affects your lineup out there. Now they're all here and playing well, and Liam grounds out to first base. And that is going to end the 5th inning, where the Hawks pile on some more runs. It is 5-2. We will be right back. And we are back in the top of the 6th, where the Hawks are leading.
We got
Redwood,
big Anders Soli, the DH, stepping in, number 3 hitter.
And he takes ball 1 outside in the dirt.
Anders is 1 for 1 on the day with a walk, I believe.
That's ball 2. That is 67 pitches for Garlic so far. And that one hits the bull. That's 3-0.
What'd you say the pitch count was for Garlic?
Now it's probably about 68.
68. This is where the Hawks have to be careful. They don't have a whole lot of bullpen depth after playing 3 games this week. There it is.
And he comes inside for a called strike. 3-1.
I'm not sure who. I don't know if Gale. I'm not sure who the next option is, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Unless somehow Kern can come out there. I don't know.
And that's ball 4. He's going to hustle down to first in a hurry as it gets away from Heath. But he'll hang it first. Coach Tommy's going to go out and talk to him.
Yeah, he didn't like what he saw there. Liam, who's been commanding the zone very nicely, came out looking a little out of sorts.
Maybe he's at 70 pitches. He's going to ask him how he's doing. Normally Liam, he could throw plenty more, but he's going to check and see how he feels.
I think it's more of a mental thing. I think Liam probably just needs to refocus and came out there a little loose maybe. We'll see.
I mean, he's been just on fire today so far. And he's battled back from guys on base before too.
Yeah. Now Ryan Roberts steps in, who's 2 for 2 with 2 great hits. Tam hasn't been able to solve him yet.
And Ryan fouls off the first pitch.
That was a really good pitch by Liam, much more focused. Tailing fastball right down the middle, probably 79.
Ryan Roberts is the 4-hitter.
4-hitter, yeah. Yeah.
And he takes strike 1. He's not happy with that call. He takes strike 2.
Yeah.
And with an 0-2 count, let's see what Liam comes in with. And he
that's strike 3.
comes inside with a 74-mile-an-hour fastball for strike 3. That was a nice-looking pitch, Liam. Just like that, he's back on top. Those are 3 beautiful pitches.
Ryan's got to be careful there. He walked away arguing with the umpire, and got to be careful there.
Yeah. All right, now we got 1 out.
Jack Beal stepping in.
Beal takes ball 1.
Jack is 1 for 2 on the day. A single and a pop-up.
Well, Sully's not going too far with Liam, left-handed Liam, and he makes a throw, and it gets away, and he's going to get down at first.
He may go to third.
See, those balls usually get out of play, and now they're not. And And throw to third, not in time. Usually those pickoffs will hit something over there and be out of play.
Not this time. Liam's got to shake that one off.
Oh, and a shot, base hit to left field, just out of Gale's reach. Nice line drive. That's going to bring in Soley for a run. Score is 5-3 Hawks.
So that's where the pickoff comes back to get him. Sean Ryan. This looks like this pinch hitter, I think. This is Jay Horn.
First pitch inside for ball 1.
Nice block by Heath. The Redwood coach is also getting some of his players off the bench in, which is impressive.
Yeah, that is ball 2. Yeah, last game of the season, trying to get some guys some at-bats. And that is outside for ball 3. 3-0 to Horn.
Liam needs to resettle here.
And Liam makes another move to first, not in time. Keeping him close.
Did you go to the game yesterday, Bill?
Yeah, I was at the game yesterday.
Oh, how did Nicky look on the mound? He looked good on Game Changer.
Nicky looked good. Yeah, he had good control. Called strike. 3-0 count. I think take might have been on. 3-1. He's looking for another signal, see what he gets.
Liam is wasting a little time.
And Liam comes inside with a 76-mile-an-hour fastball with a little tail on it just to keep things interesting. Fouled off. Full count. Way to battle, Liam. It's a big play. Let's see if you get a grounder or a strikeout. Get a double play. Ooh. Whoa! Wow. I guess we call that a gutsy take.
Yeah, it was probably a ball. It could have been called either way.
It was very close.
Very close. I thought he might ring him up, but he's probably out of the strike zone.
He could have. He's been ringing that up a bit.
So this is where Liam really needs to gather himself. He's our best option out there. He knows it.
Well, with that, we've got the tying run on first base.
That's right.
Davis steps up to the plate. We have one out. Hawks are looking for a double play, and he's going to square around very early for a bunt. Liam hasn't even gotten his signal yet.
Now he pulls back.
Gale is
he's not buying it.
Gale is not coming in. He's not buying it. And that's ball one.
And one thing we haven't mentioned, Bill, is when you don't talk about your catcher, that means he's usually doing well. And
that's right.
Heath has just been quietly blocking pitch after pitch here, as he just did there.
One and 0 pitch. Fouled off.
Nice pitch by Liam, coming in with a fastball low on the knees. Not much Davis could do with that one. Sean Fenster looming on deck. Nicky's 0 for 2 today.
Fouls off another one.
Great challenge fastball. You know, Bill, I don't know if you're blocked by the umpire, but Nick Davis's right foot is almost over the batter's box line. He's that close to home plate.
Yeah. Going to swap balls out. Got a freshie. 1 and 2 to Davis.
Liam, you see that foot? It's almost all the way across the line. It's across the line.
His toe is across the line. He's really trying to get something out the left, it looks like.
Yeah.
And he moves back. I don't know if somebody moved him back.
I don't know what's going on.
Steps out, steps in.
In the MLB, somebody would get in trouble for this.
Yeah, somebody would get pitched at. Not in high school sports. And
no, I meant more the violating the rules, the pitch clock rules. You get to step out once during an at-bat.
2 and 2.
Liam wants to work quickly. Liam wants to get him here.
Davis is 0 for 2 on the day.
Oh,
and he shoots one to right.
Oh, no.
Oh, and gets past Colton.
This is going to be trouble.
This is going to be trouble. Beal scores. Horn is coming in to score. And Davis is on third.
Well, Colton took a chance. I didn't think he was going to. He tried for the diving catch, but that's a do-or-die situation, Bill.
And it is 5-5. With that, Redwood has tied it up.
Hard line drive, sinking at Colton's feet. He went for it, and it bounced over the glove and rolled all the way to the fence. Maurer had to go all the way to the right field fence to retrieve that one.
And that was ruled a triple.
Oh, that's generous, but
that is a little generous.
That's all right.
And another base hit to right, and Colton does all he can to knock it down.
Oh, this is a play right here.
He throws it home.
This is a play!
And oh my God, and he's safe at home. Let's take another look at that replay, Carter.
I think he beat it, but that was a crazy play.
Colton didn't expect him to gun it. He throws it home. Ooh, it's hard to tell. I think he might have gotten the call right.
Yeah, I think he got under the tag. That guy should have scored pretty easily, but I guess he felt as though he had to hold in case Colton caught it. That was almost identical to the hit before, Bill, and he decided not to go for that one.
First pitch is inside for ball one.
And now Redwood is all of a sudden up 6-5. Still with just one out. Center fielder Connor Whelan up. Colton getting a lot of action out there.
Yeah, that was a tough ball. It short hopped right in front of him. And that's a called strike right down the middle.
Liam is now at 88 pitches. I don't see anyone up in the bullpen. Roberto can't pitch. George can't pitch.
Does Roberto have an arm problem?
Yeah.
Oh, and that's a shot to right center. That ball is fielded by Seamus. Gets it in a hurry, but that run's going to score from second.
Redwood back
Redwood showing some hitting.
from the ash heap, coming back to put 5 runs on the board here in the top of the first. And, there's a reason that Redwood is near the top of the JV standings, Bill.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't let up against a team like this. Coach Tommy's going to go out to the mound, and that's going to be it for Liam. Nicky Welter's going to come in.
Wow. Oof.
Well, Liam pitched for 5 1/3. Gave up 10 hits, 7 runs. It's not indicative, though, of how he pitched. He really had a great command of the strike zone. It was really only, 1 inning where they really got to him.
I don't think Nicky's pitching because Nate Lee is geared up, which suggests to me that Heath is going to pitch.
Oh, yeah.
Although who is this? This is Will's on the
This
mound.
is Will on the mound. Maybe they're doing a double switch here.
I think Will's going to pitch and Heath
And
is in the bullpen.
Liam's going to first.
Yeah.
That's why Nicky was coming in to get his maybe he's just coming
I think Nicky's probably coming out of the game.
game.
Wow, what a turn of events here, and Tam's not out of it. Liam was pitching a great game, had incredible rhythm just in the inning before. But you've got to take your hat off to Redwood. A lot of nice hits.
So Nate Lee enters the game catching. Will on the mound. Heath, I imagine, has moved to shortstop in place of Will. Gale remains at third. Dylan remains at second. And Liam goes to first. Outfield remains unchanged with Colton, Seamus.
Oh, I see. Heath has to play shortstop. That's what's going on.
That's right. Yeah, we put Heath at short once Will came in to pitch. And Roberto's still at left. Nice curveball by Will. 52-mile-an-hour curve. Well, if you're just joining us, Redwood went on a bit of a run here and picked up 5 innings in the 6th.
Yeah, 5 runs and still just 1 out. Gale giving Will some encouragement. Will coming into a tough situation here. Runner on first. Still just 1 out. And top of the lineup coming up.
Well, Coach wants his batter to step out and get a signal. And Will throws first pitch is outside for a ball.
This is where George having a sore arm is a bummer for Tam. Nate's going to go in and do a good job catching. But that one gets through.
That one gets away from him. And runner's going to make it down a second easily. Whalen's going to make it to second. Sowoff up at the plate for Redwood. And he hits one to Dylan at second. Dylan fields it cleanly and makes the play. Way to go, Dylan. Big play.
All right, that's 2 outs. Drew Weinberg coming up. Be a big opportunity here for Will to try to get out of this inning without any further damage.
First pitch is fouled away. 0-1 to Weinberg. He's got Whalen on third base with 2 outs. And Will gets him off speed. It's a 65-mile-an-hour pitch. Gets him off balance, I should say. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And he strikes him out for strike 3. Attaboy, Will.
Way to go, Will. Wow, Will comes out and puts out the fire. Incredible job by Weir. But the damage was done. 5 runs in the top of the 6, making the score 7-5. Redwood with 2 more chances for Tam to take the lead back. We will be right back. That was just a game changer mistake.
And we are back where Seamus now comes into. He's pitch hitting for George, and he takes strike 1. And swing and a miss for strike 2.
Nick Post is still out on the mound for Redwood.
0-2 pitch to Seamus. It's his first at bat of the day. And he calls him on a curveball on the outside corner. That's a nice looking pitch. Colton Zinn is going to step in for the Hawks, try to get something going for him here. Ooh, Colton takes strike 1.
That one might have been a little outside, but nothing he could do with that.
Yeah, not a pitch you want to swing at with no count.
Oh, come on.
And he's calling that outside ball. You know, he calls that pitch for a lefty, and the same pitch for a righty is clearly a ball.
That was 4 or 5 inches outside, unfortunately.
That paint line's been called a strike today. Oh, and Colton waits on a curveball and hits it to the shortstop, makes the play, and he throws it away. Oh, and it bounces right back. They got a lucky bounce. Bounced right back to the catcher who was backing up.
Nice backup by the catcher. Well, Colton will take that one.
Yeah, the Hawks catch a break.
Get a runner on base with 1 out, and Murphy coming up.
It was a hard-hit ball. Shortstop had more time than he realized. I think he rushed the throw a little bit.
Oh.
Pickoff attempt is wild, and Colton is going to get down to second. He's going to hold at second. All right, well, this is how the top of the 6th started for the Hawks.
That's right.
And first pitch is take for a ball. Ball low.
Standing on the on deck circle is Nate Lee, going to hit for Nicky, it looks like.
That is a called strike. 1-1. Dylan is 0 for 1 with a walk today. And he shoots one to the shortstop, makes the play, and makes the throw, and he is out at first. But Dylan advances Colton. Colton's on third.
I thought at first that was going to be low, but I was completely wrong. Big opportunity for Nate Lee here.
Well, Nate Lee's been seeing the ball well lately. He's been hot.
No reason why Nate can't drive in Colton. Put 1 run on the board.
Yeah, with 2 outs and runner on third, Nate's got an opportunity here to add 1 more. And first pitch curveball is outside for ball 1. Nate is pinch hitting or is subbed in for Nicky. Ooh, and Nate takes one. He wears it.
He wears it.
And Nate sprints down to first and overruns the bag. I love it.
Nate showing some great energy there. And now, Nate's not the fastest Hawk, but if Tommy sends Nate, Sean Finster's calling a play. It'll be very interesting to see if they throw down.
Yeah, with 2 outs, they might go for it,
And Heath hit a nice poke single to right field. See what he does this time. There goes Nate.
And they make the throw.
And he's safe.
And they got him.
What a throw by Fenster. I was worried that was what's going to happen. That was a smart play by Redwood to throw down. Gutsy play.
Let's take another look at that replay.
Yeah, what do you got?
That was a nice pitch, quick pop. Throw is right on the money, and he just gets him. And that's going to end that's going to send us into the top of the 7th. That's going to end the 6th.
Still score Redwood 7, Tam 5. 1 more shot for the Hawks. First they got to get out of the inning. Will Weir back on the mound. We'll see you in a few minutes.
And we are back going into the 7th inning where the Hawks are now behind 7-5. Will Weir still on the mound for the Hawks, facing Soley. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Sorry, I keep leaving the in-between inning graphic up. And he shoots the ball out to the fence. Roberto's running to run it down. That's going to be a stand-up double for Soley.
Wow, Soley, great piece of hitting there.
Time is called. Nate's going to come out and talk to Will. Ball's in the dirt. That's going to get away from Nate. He better go.
It hit him.
It hit him. Okay. Yeah. Well, that runner needs to get back to second.
Hit him in the foot on his first pitch to Ryan Roberts. Now Jack Beal steps in. Now suddenly we've got some issues. Runners at first and second. Nobody out.
Turns and squares to bunt. Fakes and then swings and fouls it off.
Beal is a little too clever for his own good on that one. He squared up, but by the time he got the bat back, he didn't have much on that swing.
It was always a pet peeve of mine in Little League when guys were fake bunting. They'd get the take sign and they'd fake bunt really early. He didn't have a take there, but it was clearly not a bunt. And ball's in the dirt, gets away from Lee, and both runners advance. 1-1 to Beal.
That's a tough block for Nate. It was a big bouncer in front. He tried to block it, but it got by him.
And nice swing and a miss. Strike two, 1-2. Nate did a good job keeping that ball in front of him.
Nate's got to bear down and squeeze this one here. That one was right across the plate and just dropped it for some reason.
See some geese flying over, not have landed yet. And grounder up the middle. Will checks the runner and throws to first.
Great job.
Just the way they teach it.
All right.
For out number one.
Will gets out of that without any damage. Now he's got the lefty coming up. Trying to figure out who this kid is. This is Horn.
Horn's looking to make a little noise here in the seventh.
Good one. Okay.
Dude, I got an LOL out of Narendra.
Narendra got that one.
Oh, love it.
I wish Dylan would back pick. Ryan Roberts is literally, by the time the ball is delivered to home plate, he's halfway to third base.
1-1.
If they put on a play, I think they could get him.
And a swing and a miss for strike two. That was a nice looking pitch. Outside corner of the strike zone.
Nice work by Will.
Will gets his sign. Resets. And a nice curveball comes in, fouled off, out of play, just out of reach of Gale.
Great effort by Gale. Full on sprint, but that was just a little too far down the line for him to make a play. Great curveball by Will. Wonder if he'll throw another.
1-2. Runners on second and third for Horn.
Yeah.
Well, throws a high curve for ball two.
Didn't quite get on top of that one. There's a great
Oh,
strike
and he
pitch. Yeah.
rings them up with strike three. And as we know now, that is what we call tearing the phone book. Nice pitch by Will. Way to battle.
This is a huge at-bat in this game, Bill. Nick Davis up with 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. If Will can get out of here, gives Hawks a better chance to tie or go and win the game.
First pitch is in the dirt for ball one.
Nate picks that one nicely. Yeah.
Ooh, gets him with the inside strike.
This is what we were talking about in Nick's last at bat. He's almost standing on home plate, so he didn't think that was a strike, but I think it was.
Yeah, oh yeah. Almost hit him because he's
Almost hit
hanging
him.
over the plate.
Oh. There's another one. Oh.
Ooh, that's the same exact pitch, and this time it's a ball.
Thinking, Go ahead.
Carter, that's a pitch I mentioned earlier that they called that a strike on Colton.
Oh,
That pitch over the stripe, he calls it a strike on the lefties.
that pitch to Colton was even further outside than that one.
Ooh, shot up the middle.
This is going to be trouble.
Fielded by Seamus. Seamus fields it cleanly and gets it in, and 2 runs are going to score.
That was what we were worried about. Nice piece of hitting by Davis. Lining one right up the middle for a 2 RBI single.
That was a nice at-bat.
Now Tam is going to have some work to do in the bottom of the 7th. We need to stop the bleeding here first. Dangerous hitter, Sean Fenster, coming up 2 for 3 on the day.
And he gets a piece of one. It's deep and left, and it bounces off the fence, fielded by Seamus. He gets the ball in a hurry to Heath, and that's going to bring in another run. That's a nice-looking double by Fenster.
Yeah, that was a dangerous situation there, Bill. Sean drove that one. Seemed like Roberto was playing a little bit down the line, but I don't think, regardless of position, he could have gotten to that one.
And that makes it 10-5 in favor of Redwood.
A pinch hitter here. I don't think this is Whalen. This is somebody else. 19, lefty.
First pitch is outside for ball 1.
Will's out there battling. But this is where you got to say he's playing 3 games in 3 days. It's a tough deal for the Hawks.
Yeah. And he fouls ball out of play. Count as 1-1. Yeah, I was asking George about that. I was like, hey, how many arms do you guys have ready for this third game in this 3-game back-to-back?
And you're looking at him. Will Weir coming out there battling for his team.
Yeah.
Nice block by Nate there.
That's ball 2 outside.
I guess it's just Connor Wellen, sorry.
And that's the third ball, 3-1. Oh, and he gets a line drive to Liam, makes the grab to end the inning. And that is going to send us to the bottom of the 7th, where the Hawks have their work cut out for them. They need to pick up 5 to tie this game. We'll be right back. And we are back, where the Hawks are trying to make something happen here in the bottom of the 7th.
5 runs down. Got to get some base runners. Nicky Post still back out there.
And Heath pops one up, and Post is unable to make the play, and he is in at first.
He trotted down the first baseline with a bat in his hand. That's not exactly how they teach it.
No.
But fortunately, when the ball dropped, he dropped the bat and got himself down to first.
Gale O'Brien's going to step into the box with a runner on first and no outs.
All right, Hawks have got something going here. Roberto on deck.
Maybe Gale's grandparents in Connecticut are still watching.
I hope so.
And he takes ball one.
Base runner's key to the situation here, Bill.
You know, we've had a great season, and it's great to have so many family members tuning in on this final game of the Hawks JV season this year. And that is strike one for Gale.
Gale got a little hungry on that one.
And Gale hits one off the end of the bat to second baseman. He makes the out at second and not in time to get him at first. That's going to bring up Roberto Santo Domingo.
Outside ball one to Roberto.
Thank you for helping me out there.
All good. Roberto looking for his first hit on the day.
Ooh, and he gets one to the left of the second baseman. He gloves it and makes the play for out number two. Gale makes his way down to second base on the play. Will Weir stepping into the plate, trying not to be the final out of this game. Punches the barrel of the bat just to wake it up a little bit. He takes ball one. He's got Gale on second. Geese free outfield. And pitch gets away from him. Gale does not advance. 2-0.
It's probably no bonus or no advantage for Gale getting down to third when you're down 5. So
yeah, that's
probably a smart move.
That is smart. Ooh, man, that is a tough call. That's an inside pitch called for strike one. 2-1. That's ball three outside. Catcher calls time. Wants to go talk to his pitcher. Dr. Post, settle him down a little bit.
Sean's going out there. He's a competitor. He's like, well, don't give him anything free. You got plenty of runs to work with. The last thing he wants to do is walk Will and bring up Liam and possibly George.
Yeah, I'm sure he's saying, hey, trust your defense. Make him work. Make him earn it.
Will's got to look for a strike here.
Will fouls one to make it full count.
He got that strike and just got on top of it. And we are at 3-2, down to the last count of this season potentially. Let's see what Will does.
And he takes ball four. Will is not going to be the last out of the season.
Oh.
Liam Garlick steps into the plate.
Tim is going to make Redwood work a little bit harder for this, so we'll see what Liam can do. I can't see who's come out on deck yet. If George or Seamus.
I think I see Seamus helmeting up. First pitch is a called strike.
That was in the neighborhood of the one called on Colton. It was right over the paint line for the batter's box.
Oh, and he just almost got it past the first baseman. Makes the play, tosses it to the pitcher for out number 3. that's going to end the game, where the Hawks go down 10-5 against Redwood. In what was really a great game for the Hawks until the 6th inning, Carter.
Yeah, it was a great game, and this one stings a little, Bill. I'm not going to lie to you. Redwood's a great team. They would be favored to win usually when these teams play, but Liam was out there pitching his heart out, and they just caught up to it in the 6th inning. And Redwood's a great team. They've got a lot of great hitters. I'm impressed with some of these boys. I've known some of them for a while, and they've turned into great ball players. So I'm happy for them, but at the same time, it's hard to lose against your rival in the last game of the season, Bill.
Yeah, for sure. Hats off to this Redwood team. They battled. Going into the 6th inning, the Hawks were winning 5-2 and had been playing pretty steady baseball. And it wasn't until the 6th where where Redwood picked up 5 runs, and then I cannot get my box score up. They picked up 5 runs in the 6th, and then another 3 in the 7th.
The only silver lining is from the standpoint of 9 is that because Redwood ended up winning by 5, Colton doesn't have to come home and think that he lost the game. Because otherwise, I was not looking forward to the next 24 hours at my house. And,
well, I mean, there were some tough plays in the field for Liam. Bad pickoff plays, tough balls to the outfield that got past guys. And that's what started things up in the 6th. Yeah. But there are also a number of hits. This Redwood team, they put up, I think they put up 13 hits on the day to Tam's 10. I mean, Tam hit the ball well.
Yeah, it was a good baseball game. Tam had a great season. I think that may have put them at 500 or maybe one game under for MCAL. Not quite sure. But nothing to hang their heads about. And I think they're looking forward to next year.
Yeah, I think the Hawks have built this team up well this year. They've got plenty to look forward to next year, finishing the season on a strong note, and the second half of the season going much better for them than some of the earlier parts. So positive notes to end with, Carter.
Yeah, absolutely, Bill. And it's been a pleasure working with you. We've had a blast here in the Nest. Shout out to Stephen Welter, Jeff O'Brien, Mike Coconaddle, Narendra Rocharol, everyone else who's helped us fill in and bring the broadcast to you this year. I know you called up to varsity, so we had some great fill-ins for you while you were gone.
Well, it takes a village, and that's how TAM TV and this whole operation works. A lot of contributions from a lot of people. So it's been a great season.
Yeah,
and,
one last shout-out to the boosters as well for providing all the tech and the funding to make these broadcasts possible. Means a lot to us. I know you and the other board members put in a lot of effort to make this all work for us.
Well, thanks, Carter. And shout out to the funders, the donors who donate to the boosters, all the parents, all the community members. It takes the whole community effort to bring you TAM TV and everything else that these donors make possible with the facilities here and the teams.
Yeah, thanks, parents. It's getting to know some of the board members who are my friends. I learned a lot about the funding shortfalls and the funding of the boosters, not to mention the Tam High Foundation. It really makes a difference. I don't know if I'm allowed to be political here, but let's all think about Prop E that's coming up too when we think about our public schools. Hope we can get out and vote to keep supporting our kids in public schools.
Yeah, exactly. That's a well said, Carter. Reminder to anyone who hasn't donated or wants to donate again to the boosters or the Tam High Foundation, please do. Donations are down, enrollment's down, and we could use every dollar helps.
All right, Bill. Well, it's been a great season. I think the boys did a great job. They love playing for Tommy. They love playing for each other. It's what baseball is all about. A lot of love with these boys. Yeah, great season. They got a lot to be proud of, a lot to be positive of in the offseason as they get ready to do it again next year. So, and finally, a shout out to all the grandparents and the bi-coastal viewers and the goat on a boat and everyone who tuned in. We really appreciate it. We know you guys take time out